One portion was like 6 pieces of food.
You forgot.
They're like, that's it? What I'm doing is I'm picking up some hardware for a little project to keep ants out of our cat's food, or rather out of the auto feeder that we have. So it's something we saw on YouTube. The channel was like Oriental Redneck or something, which is a hilarious YouTube name. But he left all the instructions and everything on how to do it, so we're gonna give it a try. 1/4 inch and a half. Got him. Right here. 1/4 stainless steel nuts. 1/4 stainless steel nuts. We got all our hardware that we needed. 4 1/4 inch and a half stainless steel screws, stainless steel nuts, stainless steel washers, and the rubber bumpers. Now we just have to go pick up the 2 baking pans from Target. I'm not used to filming in public. This vlogging thing is weird. At least there's nobody in this aisle though.
Please remove your card.
In half a mile, keep left onto Kamehameha Highway East.
I just thought of something regarding filming in public, because if you're filming with like a big camera, then people are going to be looking at you because you have a big camera. But when you're filming with something like this Pocket 3, it just looks like you're talking to yourself, and so people are gonna look at you like you're talking to yourself. So I guess what you have to ask yourself is, which one is more embarrassing? So the guy's instructions say to get these cheap pans down here, but what I'm noticing is that the lip on the pan is pretty shallow, so I don't know how much water it could hold. But I might get these pans up here, because for one, they look nicer because they're silver, and it's a little deeper, so it's a bit more water. So I'll get 2 of these. Perfect. Just made it back to the car before it started raining. I wanted to recap the cost of this little project. On the Oriental Redneck's video, he mentioned that the whole project was under 20 bucks, which it would have been, but what I did was I bought different pans, because I like these pans that I got with a little bit more of a lip to hold a little more water. So with the pans from Target being 22 and the hardware being about 14 bucks, so that's $36. It's a pretty cheap project. And even more so, if it works to keep the ants out of our cat's food, then it's well worth it. All right, so the first thing we gotta do is drill some holes, because this is gonna be the top pan that's gonna be supported by these bolts elevated off of the bottom pan. So we got our 1/4 inch bolt. I'm gonna make 1/4 inch holes here. To make this a little easier, what I did was I cut a little piece of cardboard, put a hole in it, so that I could use it as a template for each corner, like this. This table, you know what's funny? Like, it's not an appropriate like workbench. It's like it's too low to do a standing thing with. Because you can see it's like it's way down here, so I have to like, I know it's a desk. So it goes like bolt, washer, like into the hole, and then the nut, and then the rubber feet are on the end of the, like that. Because then the rubber feet go, these rubber feet go.
It just sits on this and it sits.
Yeah, I will make sure I link to the YouTube video that I got this idea from, and also I'll list all the parts in the description. got the rubber feet. Does it go, think it goes this way?
Yeah.
Or this way?
That's the way I would do it.
This
but
way,
I'm
yeah?
not sure. I have no idea. What would make most sense?
That makes sense. There you go. Second pan. A lot of times these DIY things you find online like don't work out, but here you go. Bottom pan. This one will have the water because ants can't swim apparently. And then you have this pan. Wow, that's nice. Look, it's nice and grippy too.
Yeah, what are you gonna put on this one? What are you gonna put on this one?
What do you mean on this one?
That you don't want it to move around on the floor.
Oh yeah, so what I'm gonna do is, because we have one of those like robot vacuums that I guarantee will hit this and just push it into the wall. So the problem with that is, so the water is to prevent the ants from getting to the top, but if the vacuum pushes the whole thing against the wall.
The magnet doesn't work
What magnet?
for the, like if you put a magnet strip on this side.
I could put a magnet strip. Maybe I could cut it, put it like right here. So we'll try a couple things. Either we can put the magnet that comes with the vacuum that's supposed to like prevent it from banging into it, or I can put like rubber stoppers on the ground, because if the pan touches the wall, the ants can just climb on from the wall onto the top pan. So we just don't want this to be like up against. So we try the magnet first then. So in order to keep the robot vacuum from bumping this thing, I am going to glue the magnets that the vacuum came with onto the side of this. Apparently the magnets keep the vacuum from banging into things. So now we got the magnets on. I think I still want to put the rubber feet on it. Okay. We're gonna test it to see if the vacuum will push it. You think this will work? What, are you just gonna wait till there's food? I guess time will tell if the ants can't get in. At least it looks good.